Have you ever imagined carrying an invisible backpack full of small stones, each representing a negative thought, worry, or habit that no longer serves you? Over time, that burden becomes a silent weight, draining your energy, limiting your choices, and making your days feel heavier. This feeling of being trapped or exhausted often doesn't come from the outside world, but from your own beliefs, unresolved emotions, and automatic behaviors cultivated over time. Stoics, one of the most influential philosophical schools in history, taught that true freedom doesn't come from gaining more, but from learning to let go, silently eliminating everything that doesn't contribute to a meaningful life. Today we'll explore 8 habits that, when removed quietly, can completely change your perspective and bring a sense of lightness you may have never experienced before. Have you ever wondered why you often feel stuck in situations you can't seem to change? Or why, even when you achieve something important, the feeling of dissatisfaction still lingers? The answer rarely lies outside you. It hides deep within your mind. Automatic thoughts, pointless comparisons, the search for external approval, and invisible fears are some of the real villains stealing your peace. Stoicism shows us that true strength comes from within, and that serenity doesn't depend on a perfect world, but on your ability to navigate it with wisdom. If you want to experience a lighter, more focused, and conscious life, now is the time to start. In this video, we'll walk through this transformation step by step, habit by habit, so you can see how small, silent changes have a profound impact. Stoic philosophy doesn't ask you to be cold or detached, but to learn to master your emotions, accept what cannot be changed, and act firmly on what is within your control. Practiced daily, this mindset builds a calm life, even amidst chaos. It's not about denying challenges, but about building a mind strong enough to face them without being consumed. Before we continue, I have an invitation for you. If this content is already inspiring you to reflect, click like, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone who may need these words. This small action strengthens our community and helps more people discover that living with purpose and lightness is possible, even in an uncertain world. The first habit to remove is the mental noise of what-ifs. This pattern of imagining endless worst-case scenarios is a mental prison. It fuels anxiety, steals your peace, and pulls your focus away from the only moment where you have power: now. Whenever you find yourself spiraling in what-if thoughts, ask, "Can I do something about this right now?" If the answer is no, let it go. This simple practice brings clarity and teaches you to trust life's process. The Stoics said living in the present is the greatest act of courage because the future is uncertain, and dwelling on it wastes the only thing you can control: your actions in this moment. Next is stopping comparisons with others. Measuring your life against someone else's is a trap that breeds frustration. You never see someone's full story, only glimpses. Everyone faces invisible battles, and judging your progress based on someone else's journey is deeply unfair to yourself. True progress isn't about being better than anyone else. It's about being better than the person you were yesterday. By focusing on your own growth, you find peace. Stoicism reminds us that envy and comparison are thieves of happiness, and the only solid path is the one you build daily. The third habit is detaching from material possessions as a source of worth. Modern society convinces us that happiness comes from accumulating things, but that's a dangerous illusion. Attachment to objects creates a false sense of security, yet it actually makes you more vulnerable. If your peace depends on what you own, any loss becomes devastating. Stoics understood that real freedom lies in valuing the essentials: character, wisdom, and virtue. This doesn't mean living without comfort, but learning that your worth isn't tied to possessions. It's rooted in who you are. The fourth liberation is letting go of resentment. Holding grudges is like adding stones to that invisible backpack we mentioned earlier. Each painful memory keeps you chained to the past. Forgiveness, in Stoic philosophy, isn't a gift for those who wronged you. It's a liberation for yourself. Letting go of resentment doesn't mean condoning what was done, but refusing to carry that weight forever. It's a silent act of self-love, clearing space in your mind and heart for peace. Another energy drain is the desire to control everything. This is one of the biggest sources of anxiety, trying to predict and manipulate every detail of life. The truth is simple: the universe is beyond your control. The only things you truly own are your actions, words, and thoughts. The Stoics often reminded us that fighting against what is beyond reach is like trying to hold back the wind with your hands. True peace comes when you focus on what you can control and calmly accept what you cannot. The sixth habit to drop is procrastination. Postponing what needs to be done is a subtle way of wasting your life. Procrastination is often less about disorganization and more about emotional avoidance. You delay tasks because of fear of effort, fear of failure. But while you hesitate, time slips away. Stoicism values action over intention. It doesn't matter if you feel ready. What matters is that you take the next step. Small, consistent actions create real change, and every wisely spent moment is an investment in your future. The seventh point is stop living trapped in the past. Many people carry old wounds like trophies, convinced they define who they are. But the past is just a story. It isn't a sentence. It exists to teach, not imprison. Every day you spend reliving what you cannot change is a day wasted. Stoics taught that living fully means embracing the present with courage while letting go of what has already served its purpose. Finally, it's time to eliminate the need for external validation. If your self-worth depends on praise, likes, or other people's opinions, you're at the mercy of an unstable world. Real strength is acting according to your values, even when no one is watching. External approval is fleeting, integrity is not. Living to please others distances you from your true self. Living in alignment with your principles gives you unshakable peace. These 8 habits form a powerful foundation for anyone seeking a lighter, more meaningful life. They are connected by a common root: fear. Fear of not being enough, of losing, of not being accepted. Stoicism invites you to face these fears calmly and courageously, and to choose not to live under their rule. With daily discipline, you'll see that letting go isn't losing. It's gaining space for what truly matters. If this content inspired you, leave a like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this reminder. These simple actions help spread wisdom and build a community of people committed to personal growth. And here's your challenge. Write in the comments, "From this moment, I am a new version. I am Stoic." This simple statement is your first step toward a personal commitment. Stoicism isn't just reading philosophy. It's practicing the art of letting go of what doesn't serve you and living with courage, lightness, and authenticity every day.